to a couple of things. The first thing that in the first circles piece, what you'll see there, it is the Daggett system for effective instruction. And in the very middle is student achievement. And we're very clear that student achievement is one of the what every school is after. But you will notice what is around that is instructional effectiveness. Because we know the most important thing is who stands in front of the class. But we also know to get to that instructional effectiveness in student achievement, we need to look at three areas. We need to not only look at the teaching, but we need to look at the organizational leadership and the instructional leadership. And when everyone is focused together, incredible things can happen for that student achievement. We also have the rigor and relevance framework. So let's just do a quick review of those two pieces. In the Daggett system, the organizational leader's job is to make sure that they have a vision and they've set a culture for success. The leadership's job for instructional leadership is to figure out the instructional priorities. What data are they using to inform those decisions? And we expect the teachers to have a deep knowledge of their content. For the rigor and relevance framework, I'm going to just remind you that up the left side we have Bloom's taxonomy, and across the bottom we have the knowledge application taxonomy. And so quadrant A are low levels of thinking, low in Bloom's, and low levels of application. I like to call this the facts, just the facts. Are facts important? Absolutely. If we look at quadrant B is about acquisition. So here we have low levels of thinking, but really high levels of application. I like to call this the skills quadrant. Are skills and facts important? Absolutely. But we are going to move on as a quick review of the other quadrants. Quadrant C, you can see, is high levels of thinking but low levels of application. This would be often maybe like an AP or honors class where the students are really pushed, but only in that one particular subject area. And finally, we have quadrant D, which is high levels of thinking and high levels of application. So you want to consider who's doing the thinking and who's doing the work. So if we look at each of these quadrants, in quadrant A, just the facts, the teacher's doing the work. In quadrant B, the skills, the student is doing the work. In quadrant C, they have high level of thinking, but not as much application. And in quadrant D, the student thinks and works. This is very important as we start to think about what effective instruction is, because we think teachers need to know and be able to support which quadrant they are in and why.